Hey, you got a minute? What do you know?
What do you know?
Hi, I'm Ellen Karis, and I'm with Union Built Matters. I'm standing here in front of the Hero Building. Did you know that the Hero Building was built entirely by non-union workers? Hi, sir. Time for an interview? Hi, do you have time for an interview?
No, I don't, sorry.
Oh, she had good hair. 1 minute, 1 minute. Come on, look at me, come on. That's what happens in New York. Hi, my name is Ellen, and I'm with Union Built Matters. Do you live in one of the luxury buildings?
I live there.
I live in one of these high rises around here.
Do you think that New York is a really expensive place to live? New York City.
The price here is just horrible, crazy. Super downgrade my life, the way I live my life, 100%.
Do you know the difference between a non-union built building and a union built building? What do you think it is?
Well, I believe that the people that are working with that union are being protected against unfair labor practices.
Group that represents employees.
Not allow for use of bad materials.
There's no security for their jobs or any benefits or in case of termination.
Unions have regulations. There are things put in place meant to keep the workers safe, meant to not allow for shoddy construction.
What about the safety of your building?
Not great.
No, nothing.
Do you feel like you're getting your money's worth in the building that you're living in?
Definitely not.
It's been a nightmare. Anything you can imagine. We've had leaks come through the ceiling, and also we've had a pipe burst.
I would be frustrated, and I would probably not want to be in a building without the proper services I'm expecting or thought I was getting when I moved in there. So I would be very disappointed.
This neighborhood is nuts. They're like throwing up tower after tower after tower after tower.
I do see the way that our buildings are being built here, so I watch the buildings go up very, very, very quickly. Speed is often a great compromise for safety.
I have a certain amount of fear about the speed at which they are throwing up these towers. There's a construction site on every corner. They had a bulldozer on the roof of that thing because they were trying to do it as fast as possible, and it collapsed into the street. Couldn't have been a union thing. Who the hell's got a bulldozer on the roof of a 2-story building?
How would you feel if you rented an apartment for $4,000 a month, a one-bedroom apartment in this neighborhood, and you lived on the 25th floor and the elevators did not work more often than not?
Annoy the hell out of me.
I think it's frustrating if the elevators don't work no matter where you're living. The elevator never works.
We live on the 25th floor, and the elevator has been broken multiple times.
This building here, I know, had an elevator fall. That is what happens when things are not regulated. We're dealing with people's lives.
I'm 60 years old, and if I lived on the 20th floor, I'd be doomed.
Union workers, the whole idea is to not put you in harm's way and to make sure that it is done correctly.
Union rules because we deal with safety.
I strongly believe that unions offer protection for people doing jobs that sometimes need extra protection.
The difference between non-union work and union work is the difference between night and day.
Do you realize that the Hero Building was built entirely by non-union workers?
I did not know that, but it doesn't surprise me.
The whole point of this was for people to go in there, it to be a nice atmosphere, nice, clean, plants, maybe a little eucalyptus, a little lavender, and be able to be zen, whatever that means to them. I could never sit in something like this, aside from the fact that there's garbage. And you know what garbage means? Roaches and mice and rats in New York City. I mean, you can't tell people that there's a Zen garden and it looks like somebody trashed the place on purpose. Somebody needs to clean this up. This is really a disgrace, and it's not right, and people pay for this. That would totally piss me off.